Hell, I have customers come in that do a better presentation on selling us their used automobile than we do selling them the new one.
This is the tape-recorded comment of one Ford sales manager. But what he is saying is a common complaint of many sales managers today. Their men, they report, are not building high gross deals, or even losing deals because of too much emphasis on price, not enough emphasis on product. Of course, there are many salesmen who are using product presentation techniques which pay off day in and day out. This meeting is to acquaint you and your men with some of those techniques, the techniques that are being used right now in top profit dealerships across the country. But let's hear the rest of our first tape-recorded interview.
Hell, I have customers come in that do a better presentation on selling us their used automobile than we do selling them the new one. They come in and say, "Why, it's a beautiful automobile. I had it since it's brand new. The upholstery's new." They'll lift the hood. They'll take you for a ride in their car and show you the trunk and everything, and we don't even show them the damn car they're paying $2,500 for. We don't even do a real good job of selling. And I feel that that's what my biggest thing is, to get my men to really sell the product by showing it to them and demonstrating it and telling them what it'll do for them and making them desire the automobile so that the customers don't mind parting with their money.
Making them desire the automobile. Obviously, that's one of the basics in selling, whether it's automobiles or anchovies. Make them want it. As another sales manager puts it,
well, on product presentation, when a customer walks into your establishment, there's one sure thing. He's interested in an automobile, but it doesn't mean he's sold on it. Now, he may come in here because he might be thinking about buying a Ford. He might be thinking about buying a Chevrolet. And he might be thinking about buying a Plymouth. And I think it's up to the salesman, the Ford salesman, to sell them a Ford over and above the Plymouth or Chevrolet, to make that customer want the Ford more so than the Chevrolet, not just on price alone.
But the question of price does come up, and in most cases too soon. The slide film that is a part of this package contains several good suggestions from top salesmen on how to handle the price shopper. But it isn't always the customer who brings up the price question. Listen to what this West Coast sales manager has to say.
It's easier for salesmen to talk price, but that's what the customer wants. That's doing it his way. Too many times the salesman won't try to talk product, many times because he doesn't know it.
Yeah, we get those training packages from Ford, and we play those back over and over again in our sales meetings. Repetition. Because we feel, well, that's the way to learn product for anybody. You can take the customer entirely around the automobile. Well, I think that's a very good approach. But you have to be able to stop anywhere and talk features, and that takes practice.
Once a month, we take the entire sales force with a day's warning, and each man gives a floor presentation of the car. And the best job wins a prize, sometimes a $10 bill, sometimes merchandise. We all just stand there, let one man be a customer. We're at a point now where the men at least get the customer around the car, show him the trunk, under the hood, have him sitting behind the wheel before they're over asking for an appraisal on his car. I think that's very important.
Salesmen could get more people to listen to a product presentation if they would realize that most people don't know our product today. Now, how in the hell does the guy that owns a 55 Chevy know what a 58 Ford is like? Or a guy that owns a 56 Ford? What the salesmen don't realize is that the average guy doesn't know our car. He thinks he knows it because he saw a cousin's Ford and sat in it maybe, but that doesn't mean he knows the product at all. There's lots of things on that car he doesn't know. So make sure your salesmen realize that people don't know our product. If they're impressed with that thought, they'll be less reluctant to start talking about it.
Now, how do you handle the price shopper, one of your salesman's major problems? Well, this sales manager developed a positive approach to the price shopper problem.
We have a standing rule that as soon as it becomes evident that you're up against a price shopper, we ignore price and start talking product. We compare feature against feature with the car they've been shopping. We sell them Ford, Ford, Ford. Better styling, better performance, better economy, better service, the best damn buy on the market. It works for our men, and I'll guarantee you we outsell every Chevy dealer in this town.
Besides these suggestions to help your men make a better product presentation, there are certain steps you can take to help you sell your men on the product. For instance, here's what a Chicago sales manager did as reported by one of our field researchers.
He got all the men to a fast breakfast sales meeting at 7 o'clock, which Jim conducted. Now, he did this. This is Jim's own idea, and Jim does this beautifully. He got a Chevy, a brand new Chevrolet, and he had it in the service department right there alongside a Ford. And Jim gave them a terrific product comparison, which he is a master at. And he compared the Ford and the Chevrolet and just picked that Chevrolet apart. Now, he reinstills in the salesman the belief, the strong belief that we have a superior product. This went over so effectively that Jim found the salesman during the day using the product comparison to emphasize Ford's quality, even though the prospect isn't dreaming about a Chevrolet.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, they just take the people off the showroom out to the service area and show them how wonderful a Ford was.
Along with the face-to-face product presentation, your planning of handling salesmen's floor time and the physical attractiveness, the atmosphere of your showroom facilities, are both important. Consider these suggestions.
Watch your floor traffic. How many men you got up for how much traffic? If there's not enough traffic to keep the guys busy, just tell them you're going to cut down on floor time if they don't get more people in there. That'll get them writing postcards and making phone calls, but quick. See if it don't. They want that floor time. No matter how much they grumble about price shoppers, they want that floor time, and will fight to keep it.
Put your salesmen's desks right out on the floor. Keep your place looking busy. If people think other people are buying, they'll buy too. Keep your place clean, but not too neat. You got to look busy all the time. It's a psychological thing. Have chairs for your customers, but not too comfortable, or you'll put them to sleep. You can't stop your salesmen from shooting the breeze some of the time, but have them do it by a car. Make it look as though they're a salesman with a prospect.
Finally, here's an idea you might suggest to your general manager. It comes from a New Orleans dealer who's found it successful year in and year out.
We have a lot, and it contains some 20, 25 automobiles, all of which are clean, serviced, and ready to go. And invariably, particularly when the ladies are along, we get into this mass of beautiful automobiles, this multiplicity of colors and so on and so forth, and we find that somewhere in that beautiful setting and picture that they have, they'll get set on a Fairlane 500, two-tone and everything else. You know, a lot of people will shop your lot when they won't shop your showroom. Get yourself a good new car lot with all the colors and everything else. One that's available to people 24 hours a day. Don't put a fence around it. You have no idea the number of people that'll come to us and tell us, we visited your cars last night or Sunday or sometime or another, and we just want that automobile, whatever it is. It's a terrific display. It works 1,000 times better than showroom with 2 or 3 automobiles on it. We believe it accounts for 10 sales a month at least because of accessibility.
Keep this record to play over at your leisure. Consider the ideas in the light of your own selling situation. They are working right now for successful dealers, sales managers, and salesmen all over the country. They may very well work for you